I'm Graham Smith from Allspark Hypnotherapy, and I'm a solution-focused hypnotherapist. And today, on Neuroscience Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about emotions. So let's start off with, why is it that we cry at films and laugh at jokes? On the surface, that question sounds simple, but hidden is one of the deepest mysteries of being human. Why do we feel at all? In Star Trek Generations, and yep, I had to start off this chat exposing my geeky side, the android Data is given something very special, an emotion chip. For the first time he can feel joy, fear, love and grief. And his story asks an interesting question. What would it be like if we could just switch emotions on and off? Would we even want to? Imagine never feeling sadness. Sounds appealing, right? But imagine also never feeling happiness, never feeling pride, never feeling gratitude or love. Emotions are not just the colour of our lives, they are the very tools that we use to navigate them. Philosophers like Plato and Aristotle knew this centuries ago. They saw thinking and feeling as deeply connected, and modern science has finally caught up. Today we know that emotions guide our decision making every single day. Sometimes this is conscious, we do something because we know it will make us happy, or avoid it because we remember it made us miserable last time. But often, emotions guide us unconsciously. We talk about a gut feeling, but it's really our body giving us information about what's safe, what's dangerous, and what really matters to us. Antonio and Hannah Damasio, two neuroscientists, showed that emotions leave somatic markers, changes in heart rate, breathing or sweat, helping guide decision making by providing alarm bells for negative prospects and incentives for positive ones, especially under pressure. This means that feeling is not just an add-on to thinking, it's an essential part of it. But emotions do more than guide our choices. They are central to our relationships. Think about shared laughter. We are dozens of times more likely to laugh when we're with friends than when we're alone. Laughing together is bonding. Crying together is bonding. These moments tell us we are not alone, and when we can't share them, we feel excluded. Even online, we look for ways to share emotion. That's why emojis, our friendly little faces and happy smileys, have become the fastest growing language in the world. They fill the emotional gaps left by text, where tone and expression can't be seen. But what exactly are emotions? And neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux says that one of the most striking things about emotion is that everyone knows what it is until you ask them to define it. Emotions are physical as much as mental. They are the racing heart when you're excited, the tightness in your chest when you're scared, and the tears welling up when you're moved. Psychologists distinguish between emotional expression, what we can observe, like laughter or tears, and emotional experience, the private, subjective feeling that only you can truly know. Two people may look calm but feel completely different on the inside. And for centuries, scientists have debated what comes first, the feeling or the body's response. The James Lang theory argued that we don't cry because we're sad, we feel sad because we cry. Later, Walter Cannon and Philip Bard suggested that the physical and emotional responses happen in parallel, and both contribute to what we call an emotion. But modern neuroscience goes deeper. It is shown that emotions are not located with a single switch in the brain, but rely on a network of regions, including the amygdala, hypothalamus, and the prefrontal cortex. The amygdala, for example, is crucial for fear. Damage it, and fear almost disappears, but so does the ability to recognise fear in others. Stimulate it, and fear floods the system. Christian Lindquist and colleagues have shown that we use our past experiences to interpret what we feel. A pounding heart might mean fear, excitement, or just having run up the stairs. Our brain decides based on the situation. Emotions, then, are not just automatic reactions, they are meaning-making processes. But what happens when emotions go wrong? Some people struggle to identify what they are feeling, a condition called alexithymia. Others live with emotional extremes, from anxiety to depression, that make life almost unbearable, and yet neuroscience shows us that emotions, even painful ones, are vital. They teach us what to avoid and what to seek out. They motivate us to act. They make joy possible by giving contrast. As Data in Star Trek once said, "I am happy, and yet I am crying." That is the complexity of being human. Our emotions can contradict each other, overwhelm us, confuse us. but they also connect us, guide us, and give our lives meaning. So the next time you find yourself laughing at a silly joke or crying at the end of a film, don't brush it off as just feelings. What you're experiencing is one of the most sophisticated and powerful tools evolution ever gave you. Your emotional mind reminding you that you are alive, that you are human, and that you are not alone. Until next time on Neuroscience Now, stay curious.